Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the noise to bring you what matters. Today, we're looking at something pretty remarkable. The University of California system, just sweeping the Nobel Prizes in 2025. Our mission here is to figure out, does this really cement California as the global leader in higher education?
It was quite something, and not just scattered wins. We saw this concentration, really, across UC Berkeley, UC Santa Barbara, UCLA, and UC San Diego, and covering physics, chemistry, and physiology or medicine.
The sheer number is hard to grasp. 5 individuals, right? All with direct UC connections, winning across those first 3 science categories in 1 week. That level of talent concentration, it's almost difficult to process. And that physics prize stands out, doesn't it? It really seemed to highlight how connected the UC system can be. All 3 laureates, John Clark, John M. Martinis, Michelle H. Deveray, all UC faculty.
Exactly. Clark from Berkeley, Martinis and Deveray from Santa Barbara, though Martinis had Berkeley ties too. It wasn't just coincidence. The data really points to a deep history of collaboration there, a real lineage.
Okay, so what was the actual science, the breakthrough for that physics prize?
Well, it was fundamentally about showing quantum mechanics wasn't just for the atomic world. They experimentally demonstrated something called macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling. Basically, quantum weirdness happening in a visible electrical circuit.
Wow, macroscopic quantum effects. So proving it wasn't just like a theory for tiny things.
Precisely. It showed these quantum phenomena could exist on a larger scale. And this wasn't recent work, mind you. This discovery, decades ago, directly paved the way for the superconducting qubits we need for quantum computers.
Ah, okay, so that long-term research focus, it really paid off decades later.
Absolutely. It's a perfect example of foundational science leading to future tech.
So if we kind of zoom out from the individual prizes, California itself, it's this powerhouse, right? This geographical supercluster, UC, Stanford, Caltech, all packed together.
Oh, absolutely. Quantitatively, it's undeniable. UC Berkeley, for instance, is consistently up there, often just behind Harvard globally. We're talking over 110 Nobel affiliates for Berkeley alone. So when the U.S. leads in, Nobel counts.
A huge chunk of that comes from California.
Right. A disproportionate amount, yes.
Yeah?
Rooted right in that supercluster.
Okay, so the dominance seems clear. But the analysis we looked at suggests this isn't the whole story. There's a tension, a kind of vulnerability beneath the surface.
That's the critical point. The UC system is sort of pulled in 2 directions. It has this identity as a global elite research machine chasing Nobels, and then its other, perhaps more fundamental, mandate as a public university system.
Yeah.
Designed for broad access, for social mobility within California.
And those 2 things are increasingly in conflict.
They can be.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at funding.
Right. And that funding issue directly impacts you, the listener, especially if you're thinking about UC for yourself or your kids. The state funding hasn't always kept pace, so the university has to find money elsewhere.
Which often means higher tuition, more out-of-state students paying higher fees, all to support the research infrastructure. The very infrastructure that helps win those Nobels.
But that pursuit makes it harder for Californians to actually get in, or leads to, overcrowded classrooms and impacted programs for undergrads.
That's the core tension. You see rising competition, concerns about the undergraduate experience, directly linked to this funding structure that prioritizes elite research.
So wrapping this up, the verdict seems complex. California is still leading.
Unquestionably. It remains the most potent higher education ecosystem globally. The 2025 Nobels are just, stunning proof of that. But, and this is a big but, that leadership isn't guaranteed. It feels a bit precarious, actually.
Because it depends on fixing that internal conflict, finding a sustainable path forward.
Exactly. It requires a new kind of agreement, a new compact between the state, the university, and its citizens about funding and priorities.
Which leaves you with this thought. What actually happens when chasing global prestige, like Nobel Prizes, starts to undermine the promise of accessible, top-quality public education for the people funding it? That's the real tightrope California has to walk.